Okay, good morning. Today we're going to do operations on radical expressions. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Are you ready?
Yeah!
When I say yay, you say math. Yay!
Math!
Yay!
Math!
When I say math, you say yay. Math!
Yay!
Math!
Yay!
I got confused a little, but I was okay. Okay, you ready to start? Watch this. Here comes the marker, here comes the problem. Okay. Who, by show of hands, and I'm going to count out loud, who knows how to handle this already? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. That's fine. The less the better, right? The less the better. All right. The issue is we can't have square roots on the bottom of fractions in the denominator. So we need to finagle this so that there is no square root on the bottom. The way to do that is to multiply the top and bottom by a certain number so that this square root goes away. Any guesses about what that would be?
2.
2? So we should multiply top and bottom by 2? Square root of 2? Square root of 2? Let's jump into it. Here's square root of 2 over square root of 2. So what do you think? First of all, what is square root of 2 divided by square root of 2? Essentially. 1. It's the number 1. So we're not really changing this number. We're not changing. If you multiply by 1, you're not changing anything. So that's okay. We don't want to change this. We just want to alter it, right? So that it looks a little different. How do we multiply fractions? Across the numerators and the denominators. So what is 3 times the square root of 2?
6.
Square root of 6 is a common thing that people say. We can multiply inside or outside and inside square roots. We can't combine them.
So 3
square root of 2. Yeah, that's all. 3 times the square root of 2 over. What is the square root of 2 times the square root of 2? Square root of 4. What is the square root of 4? 2. That's the answer. That's the answer. Question, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No.
Please.
Why did you have to do square root of 2?
Because multiplying this square root of 2 by that square root of 2 essentially removed the square root because it became square root of 4. And now the goal is to get no square roots on the bottom, on the denominator. All right? If you accomplish that goal, then you're fine. Okay? Jeff?
No, that's what
You just split it and make it negative.
You're talking about negative exponents and stuff? There are no negative exponents here, so we can't flip anything. All right? Question? I see a look of question.
Why do we use square root of 2?
Because it's that is the number on the bottom.
So you have to multiply it exactly what's on the bottom?
Yes, multiply top and bottom by this number until further notice, and it's going to get more challenging. Are you ready for a challenge?
Yay!
Yay!
Ah.
Thanks for that. Okay. What do you multiply top and bottom by to get rid of square root of 3? Yes? Square of 3. Excuse me? Square root of 3. Square root of 3. Okay. So, what do we get on the top?
6 rad 3.
6 rad 3 is correct.
And then
Over square root of 9, which is 3. All right, so hopefully,
Wait, how is the square root of 9 3?
what is the square root of 9?
3.
What times what is 9? Right. Square root of 9 is 3. Hopefully, you guys, eventually you'll get to a point where when you see square root of 3 times itself is just 3. Just like here, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. All right, it's actually performing the logic behind square roots.
Is it always like that?
Yes, square root of x times square root of x
What
is
about
x.
the cube root?
Cube root of x times cube root of x times cube root of x is x. So hopefully that sunk in. Question?
Did you skip the step where you actually write
Square root of 9. Yes, I did. That was intentional. Right? Square root of 3 times square root of 3. You multiply underneath the square roots together. Square root of 9 in your mind, what is it?
3.
3. So yeah. Is this done? Is this simplified?
No, 6 and 3.
6 and 3. So 6 over 3 cancels to what?
So it's 2
2,
1.
2.
Right?
Square root.
So this
So
becomes,
2 rad 3 over 1.
so 2 rad 3 over 1 is,
2 rad 3.
we can reduce, we can leave off. So 2 rad 3. In other words, 6 divided by square root of 3 reduces to 2 rad 3. Okay, that's all it is. Yay math it is. All right, we're going to do a few more. They're going to increase in complexity. I want you to start thinking in your mind. Compare moment 1 with moment 23 or something and see how much you've picked up.
Rather
Right?
than thinking in what?
Rather than thinking maybe how it's hard,
Oh.
think about like how much you're gaining.
Ah, yes.
Right? Think about that. Ah, yes, the philosopher. Ah, yes. All right, let's start with this now. 28. A squared. B to the 3. C to the 5. Okay. So we're upping the ante, if you will. Yes.
Be over something.
Now we're going to do many different operations. Right? Now it's over. We're going to get back to over in a sec.
Wait, would you do 7 and then
All right.
4?
So let's talk about this. Here I see not one large problem, but 4 mini ones. 4 mini-me's. Okay? Here's how they go. Square root of 28. Square root of a squared. Square root of b cubed. Square root of c to the 5. Right? To me, this is more manageable. Divide and conquer. Napoleon said that. Here we go. Square root of 28. Maybe you know how to do this. What are the factors of 28? In which one of them is a perfect square?
7.
7 and 4 we heard. Yeah, 7 and 4. Any questions about what we're doing here?
No.
Okay, so let's break it into 7 and 4. 7 times 4. All right. Now the square root of 7 we can't do anything about. Square root of 4 is what? The number 2. So 2 comes outside. 2 square root of 7. Any questions about square root of 28 becoming 2 times the square root of 7?
No.
So wait, why did you not choose 7 and 4?
You choose 7 and 4 because we're picking factors of 28,
Yeah.
numbers that multiply to make 28,
Rather
in
than-
which one of those factors is a perfect square.
What about?
Because
So 4.
4, so 4 can come out of the square root.
Rather than
So
making
that
it
was
into a
like-
decimal.
14 times 2.
14 nor 2 are perfect squares. So you can't take the square root of 14, you can't take the square root of 2. Follow up and then
So if it was
yeah.
like 7 and 9, but that doesn't equal 28, let's say it did.
63. So square root of 63, you choose 7 and 9. Yeah.
But would the answer come out the same if you decided to make it into a decimal? Like, you know?
Yes, yes. This decimal, what is it? It's going to be like 5 point something, right?
Yeah.
The square root of 25 is 5. It's a little more than 25, so it's 5 point something. We're not working with decimals. We're keeping it elegant simplification. No decimals.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, keeping it real. Okay, now we're over here. What times what? That's what square root means. What times what is a squared? A. Just a. You'd be surprised how many people write the square root of a as the answer. It's not the square root of a. It's a. Is that clear? I hope that's clear. All right. B cubed. So b times b is b cubed?
No, B2 times B.
All right. Much in the same way. Good. Much in the same way that we split this into factors that can be square rooted, we do the same with b cubed.
So it'd be B and like square root of B squared.
Yeah, it's going to go like this.
B squared times B.
B squared times b. Yes, sir. B squared times b. The reason we did this is that b squared can become square rooted
To B.
and to b, right? So, let's do this in pieces. What is the square root of b squared? B. We're writing b. No more square roots with this guy. And this one's done. What's the square root of b?
B.
1.
Nothing.
That's
There's
it.
no.
So it
stays
just
B.
remains the square root of b. It remains the square root of b. This guy became b.
So it should
This
be-
guy stays under the square root.
So it should be rad B.
B rad B. Sounds funny to me. B rad B.
B rad.
It's like a life
from
and
who?
yeah, or it's just like an expression for life. B rad B.
B rad from Malibu's Most Wanted.
Okay,
I just said that.
that works.
Cool.
Yeah, we're hit. Okay. What would we split?
Great minds think alike.
C squared times
C4 times C.
C to the 4 times C, yeah. In other words, I hope you guys are seeing a pattern.
So it's like C.
You reduce these powers by 1, and then you split it in that fashion.
So would it be C then root C?
Let's talk about it.
C squared.
Let's talk about it.
C
Yeah.
squared.
What is the square root of C to the 4?
C
C squared comes out.
Rad C.
C squared.
And what is the square root of C inside that remains? Stays. Yep. All right. Now, we have 4 pieces we need to re-merge. So we multiply all the outside ones. What's every number on the outside of the square root? 2
B, C
2
squared.
A, B, C squared. Here it comes. Good. You're on it. 2A, B, C squared. And everything inside the square root. Square root of
7.
7,
B.
square root of B,
C.
square root of C.
So 2ABC squared rad 7BC is the answer.
Isn't that nuts?
How'd that work?
Where's the
Just
7?
dots.
This side.
7's inside.
Oh.
7's inside.
Okay, so I think it's at the square root.
It's coming.
So this
Together. Okay. I got it.
simplifies to that. Alright? Questions? So remember, you can do, what if we had just let's do this verbally. The square root of d to the 101. D to the 101, what would that simplify to? Think about it.
100.
D to the 101 would split to d to the 100 times d.
D
And then what would happen to the d to the 100? Comes out as
D10.
10, D10.
not 10. What times what? Bless you. What times what is d to the 100?
Square root of
10 times D.
D.
D to the 50. D to the 50.
Oh.
Whoops. There you go. D to the 50. D to the 50 times d to the 50. So what is the square root of d to the 100? D to the 50. Any questions about that? Square root of d to the 100, d to the 50. All right. I don't want to lose you. Stay with me. Stay with me. Don't go to the light. Clear. Yeah. All right. Keep going. One more concept. One more concept. Drink from the well of life.
Stop, Joey.
All right. Way to use names. Thank you. Okay. Next. 4 over 2 plus square root of. Let's do 2. 5. Okay. So, what's the problem with this? We're back to the denominator. What's the issue that we need to solve together? Can't have square roots in the denominator, correct? Okay.
Multiply both by square root of 3.
So, let's see if we multiply top and bottom by square root of 3, would that accomplish anything?
No.
Different times?
Why not?
Yeah, it
It's
would.
the whole answer bottom is 5 plus square root. So you have to multiply 5 plus square root 3 on
Right.
top and 1.
If we multiplied top and bottom by square root of 3, we would have to distribute. So the bottom, oops, square root of 3. So the bottom would be 5 times the square root of 3 plus, what's the square root of 3 times the square root of 3? Which is, square root of 9 is 3. So this would be the bottom. This would be the bottom. So we didn't do it. Yeah, we didn't accomplish the goal. So it's not square root of 3 over square root of 3. Erasing. Any other suggestions?
5 plus square root of 3. 5 on top.
5 plus square root of 3?
No, 3.
5 plus square root of 3.
Is there a magical evil twin brother? or sister that we can multiply this by?
Negative.
Negative. So
Four,
it goes on
8,
top.
5 minus negative.
8. Why 8?
Because the square root of 3 equals 3 plus 5.
Not 8, not 8. I'm going to tell you the
5
answer.
minus negative.
Whoa! Yeah? You think so? 5 minus square root of 3. 5 minus square root of 3. This is what I call the evil twin. Well, nothing's evil in math, despite what you may think. Okay, this will alleviate it. You basically multiply it by its difference of squares counterpart. Remember, difference of squares, x plus 4, x minus 4, right? So let's do the top. We need to distribute 4 times this guy. What would that be?
20 minus
20.
12.
Remember the rule about inside and outside of square roots? So it's not square root of 12. What was it?
4 rad 3.
Minus 4 rad 3, right. So that's the top. We're allowed to have square roots on the top, no sweat. Now we foil the bottom.
25.
So ready to foil, okay? 25 we heard. Here we go. This times this.
Minus
25. Next.
Minus 5 rad 3.
Minus 5 rad 3. Any questions? What we're doing?
Pretty crystal clear.
And then this times this, right?
Plus
Foiling. Foiling.
5 rad 3.
5 times these two.
Plus 5 rad
And then
3.
plus 5 rad 3.
Minus 3.
Minus 5.
Well, I understand you're foiling the bottom. How'd you do the top?
The top we did distributed property. 4 times
okay.
this and that. 20, 4 rad 3. Okay, so 3, we did square root of 3 times 5. Now square root of 3 times negative square root of 3 is what?
Negative.
Negative
9.
3.
Negative square root of 9 we heard. What is negative
-3.
square root of 9?
-3.
Minus 3.
So then it's
Now we simplify.
25.
So the top remains. Here we go. 20 minus 4 rad 3 over. What are the like terms?
Negative
Not
5.
28,
Negative
almost.
5 rad 3 and positive 5 rad 3 cancel each other.
Correct.
Yeah.
Look at this in the middle. That's the key. Negative 5 rad 3 plus 5 rad 3 goes away. And now what is 25 minus 3?
22.
Wait,
22.
isn't it plus? Because there's 2.
So it's going to be plus minus 3. So
This is minus 5 rad 3.
Oh, you're
This
canceling
is
it. Okay.
plus 5 rad 3.
No.
Goes away.
Oh, it was like it was next to it.
22?
Oh,
You cancel.
Oh, I
25.
see. No, I see. I see.
Good. This almost is simplified. There's
10 or
almost.
11.
Oh,
The
you can,
negative in the crossing out stage. Like, I didn't notice that.
oh, but then you
There we
you,
go.
you find the GCF, right?
right. There is a factor that can simplify in here, and it's by a factor of 2.
Yeah.
So 2 goes into each of these numbers how many times? On the 10, 11, and 2.
2.
Right on. So tell me what to write.
10 minus
10
2 rad
minus
3
square root 3.
over 11.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
It may look even the same, if not more complicated, but this simplifies to that. But we accomplished the goal of no square roots on the bottom.
Yay.
Here's a hint, you guys.
Oh, is that a rule that you're not allowed to have square roots on
That's
the bottom
correct.
of a
Yeah,
fraction?
yeah. It's not simplified if we have square roots on the bottom.
Do you know why that's the rule?
I think because it never ends, so you can't divide by something that never ends because you don't know what to divide by. I think that's what it
That's
is.
how the
Yes.
Will always work.
Yes. Yes. If you have this, like 5 plus square root of 3, and you multiply by 5 minus square root of 3, the square roots will go away, guaranteed. Here's a hint, you guys. Hopefully, after you do this a couple times, you realize that you don't need to necessarily FOIL every time, that the middle 2 will cancel. So all you need to do is the first term squared. So what would these,
25.
this is the 25, and then the last 2. So this becomes minus 3. Right? You see that? These 2 times each other, these 2 times each other. These 2 is 25. These 2 is negative 3. All right, we're going to do one more. One more. Let's make it count. Count it and the foul. Anyone? Okay. Count it, count it. Okay. Let's do it. 6 over 2 minus square root of 3. Okay. What is the evil twin? To multiply the bottom.
2 plus 3.
2 plus the square root of 3. Correct. 2 plus the square root of 3. All right. I hope you can that's a big step. If you know that step, then you're good.
Doesn't multiply that.
So 2 plus square root of 3 over 2 plus square root of 3. Excellent. So distribute the top. Thanks.
12 plus 6 are good.
So 12.
12 plus 6 rad 3 is the top. Yep.
And then 4 minus 1 on the bottom.
No, 12. 12 plus 6 rad 3.
Over
Over.
4.
4 minus 1, because it's 3s.
Well, let's think.
No, it's 4
So,
minus 3s.
Would you like to do the FOIL process in which the middle two will cancel? Or can we have faith in multiplying the first two and the last two?
It'll cancel.
The bottom is 4 minus.
Let's do it, yeah. Let's do what you're saying. So you're multiplying these two, correct? So that's 4. Yeah. That's 4. And then minus, it'll be these two. What's square root of 3 times square root of 3?
Square root of 9.
Square root of 9, which is? 3.
Negative 3.
Minus 3. What happens to the bottom?
And then you can.
Turns into 1, goes away.
Turns into 1, goes away. 12 plus 6 rad 3 over 1. And so if it's over 1, we don't need it as a denominator. This is the answer. Right?
One more.
Wait, can I
Oh.
ask you a question?
Yeah, question
Looking
please.
at the homework.
Yeah.
Okay, for 37, it's square root of 8 minus square root of 32.
Yeah.
And then.
On the bottom?
No, there's nothing on the bottom.
Okay.
Well, then you break 8 down into 4 times the square root of 4 times 2.
That's a different concept. Let's talk about it after. Let's talk about it after. I'll show you what I mean. All right, any other questions on this? All right, because we're going to end it. All right, good. Thank you. You took to that well.
Can we do one more?
You took that well. Yeah, let's do it after this. We'll do it offline, as they say. Okay, thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. Say bye.